Hello everyone, this is Ahmed, your presenter, is back with a new poem analysis, by The Force by Seamus Heaney, and you're watching Feel the English, Feel the Fragrance of Learning. So Seamus Heaney is a well-known Irish poet. His poems are heart-touching. It's the self-expression of the poet that the poet has faced in his life. The Force is a sonnet where the poet celebrates the local craftsmanship or the art of an artist. Now about the poem The Force by Seamus Heaney. The Force is a sonnet by the Irish poet Seamus Heaney, where he celebrates the local craftsmanship through the work of a blacksmith. He describes the force that he used to pass by every day on his way to school. He reveals how mysterious and artful the work of the blacksmith working at the forge. The sound of sparking and hissing of metalworks can be heard, but the secret or the mystery of the art is unpredictable and pure. The artist, like a blacksmith, has a great contribution making the human civilization as they build tools and devices to build houses, industries, bridges, roads, etc. from the very beginning. But by the change in time, the art of a blacksmith or such less budget profession, classical profession, are vanishing day by day due to the advancement of technology and science. So the art, hard labor, and the sacrifice of the blacksmith for the human civilization have been appreciated and praised by the poet in a great sense of celebration of local and traditional craftsmanship. The supremacy and gloriousness of an artist have been reflected throughout the entire sonnet. Now we see the sonnet, The Force by Seamus Heaney. In the first 8 lines of the sonnet, the poet has expressed the situations, the setup of materials, devices, or tools in the work of the metals inside the forge, and in the sestet and the last 6 lines of the sonnet, the poet has glorifies the art of the artist or the blacksmith. Though the poet has not clearly mentioned the artist or the worker is a blacksmith or anyone else, but the expression, the explanation, and the expression of the poet clearly make us understand that he is describing the art of a blacksmith. It is the force that the poet is going to describe in the sonnet that he noticed in his childhood. The narrator or the speaker of the poem is a standby, okay, bystander. So, on the way of his going to school, he noticed the forge and the blacksmith working with metals, and in the maturity he has composed such great sonnet, The Force. describing the local craftsmanship, celebrating the local craftsmanship and art, social status of Ireland of that time, and the artistic value of the people of the time. So now the sonnet. All I know is a door into the dark. Outside, old axles and iron hoops rushing. Inside, the hammered anvil's short-faced ring. The unpredictable fantail of sparks or hiss when a new shoe toughens in water. So these lines are describing the situations inside the force. Okay, all I know is a door into the dark. It is the force. There is a door into the dark. Outside, old axles and iron hoops rushing. All these materials are decorated outside, made by, finished by the blacksmith. Inside, the hammered anvil's short-faced ring, the unpredictable fantail of sparks. And inside there is the orchestration where anvil is found. Anvil is something where metals are shaped and they are made, raw metals are made useful tools and devices shaped in music. They are toughened, they are made purposeful. The unpredictable fantail of sparks or hiss when a new shoe toughens in water. It is a shoe of horse's shoe. Okay. The Orco blacksmith was also to make the shoe for the horses. They were also related to the agricultural society. Blacksmith were also related to the agricultural society of the time. At that time, when the poet was a young boy. The art is very beautiful. The art is very beautiful and purposeful, so glorious. But you can listen the hiss sound or the sparking of the orc. Okay, you can feel, you can listen the sparking, but you can never understand the art, the secret of the art, the making of the tools from the raw metals. If you are a non-artist, so the art is unpredictable and secret. The anvil must be somewhere in the center, horned as a unicorn at one and square. Though in the sonnet the poet has celebrated and praised the importance of an artist as a blacksmith or any other profession, okay, worker. The poet has been expressed in the form of mythical and sacred expression. But the central point of the sonnet is to glorify and praise the work of the blacksmith. So the anvil must be somewhere in the center, horned as a unicorn at one end square, set there immovable and altar. Here the anvil refers to an altar because the anvil is regarded as a sacred thing, and it is as one-horned unicorn. It is functionable as a one-horned unicorn. Unicorn is an animal with one horn like a horse. Okay, look like a horse. and it is mentioned in the Job maybe 29 of the Bible, King James Version Bible. At one end square sat there immovable an altar, and the anvil is must be in the center of the force, because it is the workstation. It is a central workstation for the blacksmith or for the artist to make different shapes, shaped tools and devices for the building of civilization, for the development of human being. And it must be in the center of the force, and it is immovable like an altar, where he expends himself in shape and music. Sometimes leather aproned, hairs in his nose. He leans out on the jamb, recalls a clatter of hoops where traffic is flashing in rows. Then grunts and goes in with a slam and a flick, the bit real icon out to work the billows. But these lines explains the blacksmith's work, and he is compared, and he is called leather aproned, and by this word his masculinity is highlighted in the sonnet. As a hard worker, his masculinity, as a builder of civilization, as a blacksmith, his masculinity has been highlighted. And it reminds the mythical figure, the Roman god of the force, Vulcan. Sometimes leather aproned, hairs in his nose. He leans out on the jump, recalls a clatter of hoops where traffic is flashing in rows, then grunts and goes in with a slam and flick to beat real icon out to work the billows. So these lines reflects the order of the work, the order of the art, making of tools and devices from the raw metals, uh, flaking on the anvil, okay, keeping on the anvil, keeping the metals on the anvil, grunting them, okay, to beat real icon out toward the billows. And the billows, okay, billows are the device to drive out air into the fire. Billows are the important devices, or we can say tool, inside the forge to make the fire active in the work of the blacksmith, that he can make tools and devices. He can shape the raw materials and turn them into useful tools, purposeful tools. So billows are used. So actually this is the sonnet that has been composed by the Irish poet Seamus Heaney. So we have got that the forge is the celebration of local craftsmanship. Okay. The art of a blacksmith has been praised and glorified in the sonnet. It also reflects the socio-economical status and background of the time of that time of the time in of the Ireland. It also reflects the vanishing art, the vanishing of the force, which was very useful from the from the ancient period of time, ancient period of human civilization. Okay, but in the modern age, due to the advancement of technology and science, these forces have been replaced or are being replaced. So, in the changing situation, the poet has reminded his childhood days, and he has reminded of the blacksmith that he noticed his work, what the artful act of the blacksmith. Not only the blacksmith, the other workers and artists have the same value in the society. They are the backbone for our life. Without these workers, these artists, human civilization can never be at the position of the today. Okay, well, where we have now, uh, due to the contribution of these small artists who are generally neglected, but the poet has highlighted the importance of the blacksmith and importance of the work of uh, these local crafts. The crafts of the blacksmith has been praised, glorified, and the force is also compared to the stars, and it is presented as a mythical and sacred source of life. As in the stars, a sinner is turned into a true human being, and in the same way, inside the force, raw metals are turned into purposeful and useful tools and devices for the making of human civilization, for the making of various things and for various purposes. So in that sense, the force is as sacred as the stars. The metals are toughened, the metals are sharpened. Okay, metals are given shaped, and the art is very skillful, sacred, and pure, which is unpredictable from the point of a non-artist. To understand the dignity of the art, you must have the quality of an artist, so that you can justify the hard labor, the art of an artist. In the first 8 lines of the sonnet, the poet has describes the situations of the inside of the force, and in the sestate, the poet has highlighted the masculinity of the blacksmith. He has glorified his art and work, uh, and he has been praised and glorified well. So these local crafts are vanishing day by day. So no one can protect due to the advancement of technology and science, and due to the increase in populations, so the technology should be advanced, and this uh, it is necessary for the human being uh, to be grown up. But we should not forget the contribution of these artists, small artists, so we can appreciate the works of these artists, and we should conserve the culture and history of related to human beings, related to our lives. So this is the social message given in the sonnet by Seamus Heaney. That is all that has been expressed in the sonnet, the force, by the Irish well-known English poet Seamus Heaney. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. If you have learned something from this poem analysis, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also press the bell icon for notification. Okay, that this channel is purely educational. Okay, we will try our best to make different videos on the different subject matter, such as science, that is biology, chemistry, same basic concepts of mathematics, okay, and other motivational videos. So please don't forget to subscribe, and please keep supporting us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. God bless you.